And one of my production assistants is bringing me some tape to help me secure my lineups, which I appreciate greatly. And Tim Kesselring steps in against the Gunn Titans. 0-0 is a score. Bottom of the first inning. First pitch is ball, taken for a ball, ball one. That's a distraction. Right-handed batter Tim Kesselring, ball one. Looks at another pitch, sailing away from him from the left-handed pitcher, ball two. Just hadn't got around to carrying. Kesselring looks at a strike there. Nice pitch down around the knees. Strike one. Eric Fettler on deck. Cleveland in the hole. Here's the 1-1 pitch, or 2-1 pitch, a curveball taken for a strike. That's a nice pitch to hit with 2-1 count. It looked like he was taking it all the way. Evens the count at 2-2. Wind blowing from left to right and from behind my back, behind home plate out toward the outfield. So again, the ball should get some carry on it as Kesselring just barely got a piece of that one. So another full count pitch to Kesselring. Up high. Oh, now it's full. I'm sorry. Now it's a full count. Put all that drama into that commentary for nothing. Now it's a full count. 3-2 the count on Kesselring, the first batter in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch is taken for a strike. A good pitch and a tough one to hit. Strike three called. One away for the Spartans. In steps Eric Fettler, another left-handed batter, or another right-handed batter to face this left-handed pitcher. Get it straight. Hits it sharply up the middle, fielded by the shortstop over at first base. On a hop, he drops the ball, and Fettler will be safe at first. I'm going to give an error on the first baseman. That's a ball that really came up nicely. You got an easy hop. He just didn't make the play. So Mountain View gets a break. And it results with a runner at first base, Eric Fettler. Well, let's give it, I don't know, we'll give it official error to the shortstop on that play. Brings up Adam Cleveland, the number 3 batter. We'll see if Fettler's got a pretty good lead against the left-handed pitcher. First pitch is a curve, swatted down the left field line, but foul. One count now on Cleveland, the number 3 batter in the order. Bottom of the first inning, runner at first base, 1 out. Kesselring a strikeout victim. That time, Fettler was frozen down at first base. Couldn't get a good lead, so he ran back to the base. And the pitch was a ball up high. Still haven't set that Gunn defense, and I apologize for that. Ball in the dirt, picked up nicely by the catcher. Count now 2-1 on Cleveland. They have him picked off of first base, over to the first baseman. They get a throw down to the shortstop covering. He makes the tag, and he records the out. Record it 1, 2, 3 to 6. Out stealing. And they're 2 away now in the bottom of the first inning for Adam Cleveland. Count still stays at 2-1. Nice pickoff that time by the pitcher. Talaus gets the sign. And a fastball whacked into left field. That's a base hit. Might go for 2. Cleveland takes the turn. The left fielder picks it up cleanly. Throws over the cutoff man, and the second baseman had to go way off the bag. But by that time, Cleveland was returning to the base. So Mountain View gets another runner on with 2 outs. So it'll be a 2-out rally time now for John Dietz after the single by Adam Cleveland. There goes Cleveland, pitches a strike on the outside corner. Throw down to second base is a good one. The tag is applied, and Cleveland is out. Kind of a blind tag that time applied by the second baseman, Fonner. Fonner was there in time. He just nonchalantly reached down with his glove, and Cleveland slid right into it to record the 3rd out. So 2 Mountain View runners are cut down trying to steal at the end of 1 complete inning. It's 0-0. Luis Buelna back on the mound, getting his warm-up pitches to Mike Lopez. It's the rest of the Mountain View defense. Gets in their inning opening warm-up tosses. Gunn will be sending up their 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Thomas, Day, and Schnitz. We're ready to start in the top of the 2nd inning. Fettler with the sign. Thomas stands in. Looks at a pitch inside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike 2. Might have had a bit of a slider on that one. Ball dropped a little bit. There's another fastball tapped down the first baseline. A little roll into the grass foul. 1-2 will be the count. Thomas is the catcher for the Titans. See a nice shot of him there, number 42, a big guy. Finds himself in a big hole here against Fettler, 1-2. Not Fettler, Buelna. That pitch has popped up and out of play back into the track area here at Mountain View High School.
1-2.
So once again, the 1-2 pitch. A let-up pitch is hit on a flare out into left field. That's going to fall in. Yeah, John Charles was playing way deep in left field, and Dietz reacted to the swing, which was a hard one. But the ball was undercut, so that it was just a flare hit out into left field, and he couldn't recover. John fielded the ball and brought it back in, but it results in the first base hit for the Titans. So we'll see how Buelna can do with a runner on base. Ball hit down the third baseline, fair. It got by Bishop. The throw's going to not be in time to third. There'll be a stand-up double as the ball really died in the tall grass of left field. The recent rains have watered this outfield and infield, so the turf is very high, resulting in a very slow ball. John Charles couldn't get to it, went through the third baseman, and John Dietz had to run out from his shortstop position to recover that one. And by the time he did, the runners had advanced to second and third. So now Buelna in a hole here with runners at second and third. 2 base hits in a row. Brings up Schnitz, the center fielder, looks at a fastball up high, ball 1. One 0 pitch. Fastball popped into the air into short center field. We'll see if Blanchard can get under it. He does. He makes the catch, runs it on into the infield, and a nice play by Kelly to fight off the wind, the sun, and make the catch and then bring it back into the infield. A very important element of that play actually is that last one, bringing the ball into the infield and making sure the runners don't get some kind of a quirky advance. So that's the first out in the inning. A fly ball to center field brings up the third baseman, Keene. Still with 1 out, runs with 1 out. Ball gets by Lopez to his right, kicked off his glove, but the runner at third, Thomas, couldn't advance. Catcher's not known for their speed, and it was a race. It would have been a race between Thomas and the Mountain View catcher, Lopez, and Lopez didn't have to go as far. Nice play by Mike to hustle over there and pick it up, number 19 there on your screen. Gets his gear back together, and we're ready to play again. 1 out. Runners at second and third. Mountain View needs to come up with a couple of defensive plays here. Fastball hit up the middle. Dietz dives for it. It goes by his glove. That's going to score 2. Blanchard picks it up in center, and he'll just have to throw it back into center, or into second base rather. So a 1 out single scores 2 runs for Gunn as they take the lead 2-0. So with 1 out in the inning, number 40, Duke Fonner comes up. Duke playing second base today. Runner at first goes. Pitch is swung on, hit to Dietz's left at shortstop. He gloved it, but he couldn't do anything with it. He caught it on the heel of his glove. He had to extend himself, and he actually overextended just a little bit, but that's an awful tough play when you've got a runner going into second and you have to think about covering there. 4 hits in the inning now. Let's give credit to Keene for to Fonner for a single. Buelna having a tough inning here. Jason Talavas, the pitcher, steps in, number 7. We'll see if he gives himself up to advance the runners with 1 out. It's only with an .083 average and a good pickoff play at second base. Second baseman Adam Cleveland snuck behind the runner. Let's see, that was Keene at second base. Keene was caught leaning toward the third base side of the on the baseline there, and they picked him off nicely. Buelna to Cleveland to record the out, 1-4. So that's a big out, the second out of the inning. Now things are a little brighter for Mountain View. They try another pickoff play at first, but the ball hit down to Bishop at third. He gloves it, throws it over to Kesselring at first, and that finally is the inning. But not before some damage is done. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. Both of those runs were earned at the end of 1.5. Gunn takes the lead, 2-0. Gunn on top in this game against Mountain View. Mountain View trying to get revenge for an earlier season loss, and even their season record at 1-1 with the Titans. But on the strength of 4 hits, 3 singles and a double that inning in the second inning, the Titans have left out on top 2-0. John Dietz, who was at the plate when Eric Fettler was, or rather when Adam Cleveland was thrown out at second base on a steal attempt, steps into the box to lead things off for the Spartans here in the bottom of the second. Working against Talavis. Dietz looks at a strike on the inside corner. Fastball down around the knees. Nice pitch delivered by the lefty Talavis. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing the names. I didn't have a chance to talk to the Gunn coach. Dietz gets behind a pitch. He hits it in the hole between first and second. On the crack of the bat, the first baseman, Fee, was breaking toward the line for some reason. The swing was an inside-outer by Dietz. He got the end of the bat on it, though. Punched it into right field for a single. There's a slight delay as the umpire steps over to the Gunn bench to, I'm not sure what he's doing. Maybe there's been a lineup change that we haven't found out about. We'll see how this is here. Possibly they were discussing the fact that Dietz is up again, but he was at the plate when the runner was thrown out at second base, so of course he would be up again. And no pitch actually was ever delivered to Dietz in the other inning. And I believe that indeed was what the discussion was about. So Dietz leads off the inning with a single. And indeed, that's what the discussion was about, and this is okay. Brings up the designated hitter, Mahoney, for the Spartans. Glenn Mahoney is senior 6'2" outfielder, taking over the DH roles today. Squares to bunt. He offered at a pitch which was way out of the strike zone. Not a good choice by Glenn. So Dietz is at first base, bottom of the second inning. 2-0 is the score. Gunn with the lead. Talavis with the ball on the rubber. Looking at Dietz. Now he's going to throw over to first. Dietz steps back. Tag slapped on by Adam Fee. And pulled over toward the bag is the exact place that Roy Bishop saw and punched that ball through. So the second right field hit of the inning for the Spartans. And now we'll see what the left-handed Talavis can do with the left-handed hitting John Charles. Roy Bishop, a one-out single. Runners at first and second now. John Charles, chance to help the Spartan Ball Club decrease this 2-0 deficit that they find themselves with in the second inning. Talavis with the sign at the belt. Shortstop Fix behind the runner at second. Curveball freezes Charles. His right leg was moving a little bit that time. He couldn't pull the trigger. Strike one. The 0-1 pitch. John squares to bunt. He might have foul tipped it. The throw is through to Dietz, and they say they got him down at second base. So John was counting on Charles to get a piece of the ball, and he had pulled too far off his second base. The throw from the catcher Thomas down all the way to, I believe that was the second baseman Fonner covering, and that's the second out of the inning. Duke Fonner applying the tag, or maybe that was Genji Keene. I'm not sure. I don't know if we have a replay, but in any event, it'll go as the second out in the inning. And a big out. That's a big one. Chance, and John got a piece of that one. Fouled it off. Strike 2. Still on Charles. John tried to bunt, foul tipped it. Catcher got it, and you can play a foul tip when you catch it like that. Threw on down and got Dietz leaning. Tough play. Charles hits it up the middle off the pitcher's glove. Talavas, he'll have to play it to first. He drops the ball, and Mountain View gets a break there as an error on the shortstop. McKinnon allows Charles to get to first base. It might have been because Talavas gloved the ball. The pitcher, as it went by him, he grabbed for it. It went off of his glove, and the shortstop's timing might have been disrupted enough so that he took his eye off of it a little bit, trying to throw the ball before he had it, thinking he had to rush. But John, not really noted for his speed, John Charles, that is. Nevertheless, it's now runners at first and second for Kelly Blanchard. A single right here. It still put a run across. The throw went over to first base. Charles back easily. Pitch to Blanchard is a curve in the dirt, bounces off the plate. Runners are going to advance a base. As the catcher Thomas thought about throwing down to third base, but that's as much as he did with it. He wisely held on to the ball. He really didn't have a play at third. Chad Thomas, the catcher for Gunn, is going to have to work with his pitcher Talavas to get through this inning. Jason Talavas, the pitcher, now with runners at second and third, 2 outs. Wild pitch, advancing the runners to second and third. Foul tip by Blanchard, swung on a fastball up in the strike zone. There's a shot of number 17, Roy Bishop, currently occupying third base. And if this man gets a chance, that's Mike Lopez. Oh no, that's Blanchard, number 4. I thought that was a shot of the on-deck batter, but that's Blanchard. If he can get a base hit here, he might drive 2 runners home and tie the ball game. Here's the pitch. Curveball up high in the strike zone, hit out into left field, but it got up in the air, and the left fielder, Sean McKinnon, makes the play and retires the side. So with that out goes Mountain View's hopes for the inning. And after 2 complete innings, they leave 2 runners that inning. The score remains 2-0. Luis Buelna comes out for his 3rd inning of work, and the rest of the Spartans return. They had a rally there in their half of the inning, but Dietz was picked off down at second base for the 2nd out of the inning. Mahoney was unable previously, the batter before that happened, to get the sacrifice down, and he was the 1st out, and then Dietz. They had runners at second and third before that weak fly ball out to left field retired the side and killed that rally. So Luis's job, Luis Buelna, the pitcher for Mountain View, will have to come out and really concentrate on this first batter. I think it's important for him to get this first batter of the inning and get some of his confidence back after getting roughed up a little bit back in the 2nd when he was touched for 4 hits and 2 runs. He'll be facing the top of the order, number 21. Number 21, Genji Keene. Genji looks at a ball in the dirt, ball 1. Buelna with the windup and the pitch. Caught the outside corner. A little bit of the black, strike 1. Buelna likes to pitch that way, inside, outside, up, down, moves the ball around a lot. can sting you with a fastball every once in a while. The pitch bounced down to the second baseman, Cleveland.